Good day everyone. This is a continuation about the topic alternative energy sources. What are the challenges with using alternative energy sources? As promising as the use of alternative sources of energy may sound, it is still under research as to how to tap energy from these resources in the most efficient and effective way. Although small power generation systems can be put in place, but power production from these resources on a large scale is still a challenge, with hydroelectric power generation being an exception. Many countries are not yet ready to move from using conventional energy sources to the alternative sources, as it involves a huge amount to decommission the old power generation infrastructure and establish a new infrastructure. Therefore, the shift is ideal to be made in phases. What could be the factors as to why some countries are not ready to commit to these alternative sources? First is intermittency and variability. Many renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power are intermittent and dependent on weather conditions. They produce electricity when the sun is shining or when the wind is blowing, which may not align with the constant demand for electricity. This intermittency creates a challenge in maintaining a stable, reliable power supply. Second is infrastructure. Alternative energy sources often require infrastructure space. For example, large-scale solar power plants or wind farms need significant land area, which can be a challenge in densely populated or constrained regions. The development of transmission lines to connect renewable energy generation sites to the grid can also face logistical and permitting challenges. Third is cost and affordability. While the cost of renewable energy technologies has been decreasing over time, initial investment costs can still be relatively high compared to conventional energy sources. The upfront costs of building renewable energy infrastructure, such as solar panels or wind turbines, can pose financial challenges, although the long-term operational costs are typically lower. Affordability and ensuring a just transition for all consumers can be a challenge. Environmental impacts. While alternative energy sources have lower carbon emissions compared to fossil fuels, they can still have environmental impacts. For instance, large-scale hydroelectric projects can lead to habitat disruption and alter river ecosystems. Wind turbines may pose challenges for bird migration patterns. It is important to carefully consider and mitigate potential environmental impacts during the planning and implementation of alternative energy projects. But still, there were already some countries that used renewable sources, and these include: first is Denmark. Denmark has made significant investments in wind power. So why Denmark has made significant investments in wind power? It is because, first, favorable wind resources. The Denmark benefits from strong and consistent wind resources, particularly in its coastal regions. The country's geographical location and flat terrain make it well suited for harnessing wind energy. These favorable wind conditions have played a vital role in the development of wind power in Denmark. Second is research and development. Denmark has made significant investments in wind energy research and development. The Danish Wind Industry Association, research institutions, and universities have conducted extensive research on wind turbine design, efficiency, and grid integration. These efforts have helped advance wind energy technologies and contributed to the country's expertise in the field. Second country is Germany, a pioneer in the use of solar power with substantial number of photovoltaic installations. Well, Germany is committed to its energy transition, known as the Energy Wind, which aims to shift away from nuclear power and fossil fuels towards renewable energy sources. Solar power has played a significant role in this transition, with a strong emphasis on decentralization and citizen participation in energy production. Second is public awareness and acceptance. There is a strong awareness and acceptance of renewable energy, including solar power, among the German population. Citizens and communities have been actively participated in the energy transition, with many investing in solar installations on their properties. This widespread acceptance has created a positive social environment for solar power. Third country is Iceland, known for its geothermal and hydroelectric energy resources utilization. Iceland has an abundance of renewable energy sources, particularly geothermal and hydroelectric power. The country is located on the Mid-Atlantic ridge, a tectonic boundary resulting in high levels of geothermal activity. Additionally, Iceland has many rivers and waterfalls providing ample opportunities for hydroelectric power generation. Also, Iceland has long recognized the importance of sustainable energy and has made a conscious effort to prioritize renewable energy sources. The country has set ambitious renewable energy targets and has invested in developing its geothermal and hydroelectric potential. Iceland's commitment to renewable energy has resulted in a high percentage of its electricity and heating coming from renewable sources. Sweden made significant advancements in the use of biomass for heating and electricity generation. Sweden has ample biomass resources including forests, agricultural residues, and organic waste. Forests cover more than 60% of the country's land area, providing a sustainable and abundant supply of biomass feedstock. Sweden's emphasis on sustainable forestry practices ensures a continuous supply of biomass resources for energy production. Sweden has set ambitious renewable energy targets and aims to become carbon neutral by 2045. Biomass energy plays a crucial role in achieving these targets. The country's focus on reducing greenhouse gas emissions and transitioning to renewable energy sources has driven the growth and advancements in biomass utilization. With those countries, Philippines has been implementing also these sources as well as first is hydropower. Hydropower plants are spread across different regions of the Philippines, taking advantage of the country's river systems. Significant hydropower installations can be found in the provinces of Benguet, Ifugao, Nueva Ecija, Bukidnon, and Llano del Norte. Notable hydropower facilities include the Angat Hydroelectric Power Plant, Magat Hydroelectric Power Plant, Pantabangan Masiway Hydroelectric Power Complex, and Maria Cristina Falls Hydroelectric Plant. Another renewable sources in the Philippines is the wind power. Wind farms are predominantly located in coastal areas with high spread winds. Notable wind power sites include Bangi Wind Farm in Ilocos Norte, Burgos Wind Farm in Ilocos Norte, Pililia Wind Farm in Rizal, and Guimaras Wind Farm in Guimaras Province. Another alternative source is the solar power. Solar power installations are present throughout the country, with a concentration of projects in areas with favorable solar irradiation. Solar farms and rooftop solar installations can be found in provinces such as Pampanga, Tarlac, Batangas, Negros Occidental, and Cebu. The Clark Solar Power Project and the San Carlos Solar Energy Farm are prominent solar power facilities. And other alternative sources in the Philippines is the biomass. Biomass power plants are dispersed across various agricultural and rural areas in the Philippines. Biomass facilities utilize agricultural residues, rice husks, coconut shells, and other organic materials found in abundance. Locations with biomass power plants include Nueva Ecija, Negros Occidental, Batangas, and Bulacan. But the question is, why are we using alternative energy sources? Why use alternative sources? Well, these energy sources are available free of cost and do not tax the environment for this usage. Power generation through alternative sources of energy is clean and green. If we shift to use power generated from these sources, then carbon dioxide emission from the conventional energy sources will be greatly reduced, and the problem of global warming will be solved in a few years. Also, the fast depleting traditional energy sources can be preserved. Along with the air pollution, the use of traditional energy resources also causes soil pollution and water pollution. Waste that causes soil pollution and water pollution is through releasing various toxins to the land and water. This can also be controlled reasonably. Alternative energy sources such as renewable energy emit significant lower or zero greenhouse gases, helping to mitigate climate change and reduce carbon footprint. Here of environmental benefits, and alternative sources have fewer negative impacts on the environment compared to fossil fuels. They produce little to no air pollution, reduce dependence on destructive practices like coal mining, and minimize the release of pollutants that harm ecosystems and human health. Well, another energy source is the ocean thermal energy conversion, or the OTEC. OTEC is a process that can produce electricity by using the temperature difference between deep cold ocean water and warm tropical surface waters. OTEC plants pump large quantities of deep cold sea water and surface sea water to run a power cycle and produce electricity. So why use OTEC? OTEC is a firm power 24/7, a clean energy source, environmentally sustainable and capable of providing massive levels of energy. Recently, higher electricity costs, increased concerns for global warming, and the political commitment to energy security have made initial OTEC commercialization economically attractive in tropical island communities where a high percentage of electricity production is oil-based. According to otecnews.org, the distinctive feature of OTEC is the potential to provide base load electricity, which means day and night, 24/7 and year-around. This is a big advantage for the tropical islands that typically has a small electricity network and not capable of handling a lot of intermittent power. The cost-based load OTEC resource could help many tropical and subtropical remote regions to become more energy self-efficient. Well, the use of ocean thermal energy conversion, or the OTEC, offers several benefits. First is renewable energy. OTEC harnesses the temperature difference between warm surface water and cold deep water, making it a renewable energy source. As long as the temperature differential exists between the ocean layers, OTEC can continuously generate electricity without depleting resources. Well, another benefit is because clean energy. OTEC produces clean energy with minimal greenhouse gas emissions. Unlike fossil fuel-based power generation, OTEC does not release carbon dioxide or other pollutants, helping to mitigate climate change and reduce air pollution. Another is abundant resource. The ocean represents a vast resource for OTEC. The temperature gradient between the warm surface water and cold deep water is present in tropical and subtropical regions worldwide, offering the potential for widespread deployment of OTEC systems. Another benefit is base load power. OTEC has the potential to provide a constant and reliable power supply. The temperature gradient in the ocean remains relatively stable over time, allowing for continuous operation and the generation of the base load power, which can contribute to great stability and meet consistent energy demand. Another is diverse applications. OTEC can be utilized for various applications beyond electricity generation. The cold water discharged from OTEC plants can be used for desalination, providing a source of fresh water. Additionally, OTEC systems can support other activities such as aquaculture, marine conservation, and cooling for onshore applications. Moreover, energy dependence and security. OTEC reduces reliance on fossil fuel imports, enhancing energy independence and for coastal communities and countries. It diversifies the energy mix, promoting energy security by utilizing a local, renewable source. Another benefit is the potential for sustainable development. OTEC can contribute to sustainable development goals, particularly in coastal areas. It can create job opportunities, stimulate economic growth, and provide access to clean and affordable energy, improving the livelihoods of communities located near OTEC installations. Another benefit is the climate change adaptation rather. Rising surface temperatures due to climate change can potentially increase the temperature differential and improve the efficiency of OTEC systems. OTEC can, therefore, serve as a climate change adaptation strategy by utilizing the temperature gradient for renewable energy sources in renewable energy generation. So that is why OTEC is very beneficial to utilize. It is important to note that OTEX is still in the development and demonstration phase, and there are currently no commercial scale OTEC plants in operation. OTEC faces technical and economic challenges, including the need for large temperature differentials, high capital costs, and limits to suitable locations. However, ongoing research and advancements in OTEC and technology may help unlock its potential as a renewable source in the future. To understand how OTEC works, here is a video presentation.
Did you know that we can use the natural temperature differences in oceans to produce clean electricity, day and night, and all year round? This is called Ocean Thermal Energy Conversion, or OTEC. It works best in the tropical equatorial zone. Here, the ocean temperature difference is at least 20 degrees Celsius throughout the year. How does it work? The ocean's warm surface water vaporizes a working fluid with a low boiling point, ammonia for example. The vapor expands and spins a turbine that is coupled to a generator that produces electricity. The vapor is then cooled by cold deep seawater. That way, the working fluid condenses back into a liquid and you can reuse it. This makes it a continuous electricity generating cycle. OTEC can become an important renewable energy source. At Delft University of Technology, we do research to try and make this happen. For example, by helping to develop offshore technology and process equipment for OTEC. If you want to find out more about ocean energy, go to the Delft University of Technology Ocean Energy website.
While OTEC is still in the early stages of development and faces technical and economic challenges, its unique benefits make an area of ongoing research and exploration. Continued advancement and successful demonstration projects may help unlock the full potential of OTEC as a sustainable energy solution. So, by embracing alternative energy sources, societies can address multiple challenges, including climate change, environmental degradation, energy security, and economic development. Transitioning to a sustainable energy is crucial for a more resilient, cleaner, and sustainable world. After the huge damage that we caused to the Earth after the Industrial Revolution, we have to take action immediately if we want to keep the planet sustainable for our generations. That is why the biggest leap that mankind can take to prevent further damage is to start using alternative energy sources. So that would be all. Once again, good day. I hope you learned something.